So Rob, there's obviously differences between what you're trying to achieve by hitting a mid-iron and a driver,
Yep.
with regards to ball striking, launch, and ultimately, you know, kind of trajectory. So talk me through your reasons and why you think it's important to position the ball in certain areas with a mid-iron and with a driver.
Sure, right. So the grip's the same. That's the important part to start with. We don't try and set up with any sort of different position at the address with the grip. We're still trying to return the club face back to square, so that's a given. But the body position and ball position and stance width is what gives us the different angle of attack that we're after with an iron versus a driver. Obviously, we've got the clear height difference of the ball. Now, this is sitting flush on the floor, and this is a couple of inches off the ground. To maximise your driver flight and efficiency of club head speed to ball speed, we want the impact of the driver, the angle of attack of the driver, to be pretty level. If anything, we can get it slightly upwards, which will help, and it'll help clip the ball off this tee. With an iron, we want the low point of the delivery of the club to be in line with the ball or slightly afterwards. The driver's low point is coming just slightly before the ball so that it will rise as you hit it. So when you're building your setup with an iron, if you notice here, my stance width is about shoulder width apart. The ball is a little bit back of the left heel, but the reference to the alignment stick and my body position with the shadow is that my body is lined up pretty much on top of the ball. When I go to use the driver, slightly wider stance now puts my body position behind this alignment stick.
You can clearly see that with the ball position forward, your head, nose, sternum, belt buckle are this side of the golf ball.
On this side of it, yeah. So the low point is likely to occur a little bit earlier, and the club will at least be level, hopefully very, very slightly hitting it on the up. What you don't want to do when you build a wider stance with the driver is stay in the forward position that you would be with an iron. I see that quite often.
Yeah.
There is a clear difference. When the right foot goes back to build the stance, you wait. Good way to test it sometimes is to stand straight up, even your weight out, and then lower yourself back into your posture, and that should center the sternum and the head slightly behind the ball. Then if you narrow your stance back up to the iron, that brings you back more on top of the ball. Now the beauty of using your shadow or an alignment stick in a midday sun to try and align your body, because it's easier to see when we're just looking at the ground, but you can also use this as you go to the top of the swing. So we want to keep the relative positions the same. So with an iron, I'm staying on that line, and you'd be able to see if you went too far forwards or if you swayed off it a little bit. And the same's true with the driver, and this is where you get a lot of faulty contact with the driver and maybe some strikes on this top edge, that if you think you've got your ball position forwards, but you've left your weight forwards, and if you make a backswing like that, now you're going to hit down on it like you would do with an iron, and you're going to bury this underneath the ball and take the tee out too much.
Yeah, a lot of people say to me, oh, I got underneath that one. Kind of true, but kind of not.
And it's not that you teed it too high.
No,
right?
It's not about that.
It's your body position. So when you're taking your grip, ball position's here on your left, inside of your left foot, but this bit is the important bit, going back to your center with this right foot wider. Now when I'm at the top here, I've not had to move, I have to move off, I haven't had to sway over here to get behind it. I'm already there from the setup, and I'm just staying in the same position. Maybe moving a tiny bit to the right is okay, but you certainly don't want to go from here back this way. That always looks like a steep angle of attack. So subtle differences in the setup, and then you